Recently shared that my husband and I are on track to hit our co-fire numbers this year, and this is what my DMs looked like. So let me explain exactly what that means and how we calculated it. Now, just to be clear, I'm not a financial expert and this is not financial advice. I'm just a regular mom and we're a regular couple that live in the Midwest who decided a long time ago that we wanted to retire early, which is exactly what started us on our fire journey in the first place. So what is co-fire? Co-fire essentially means that you're at a point where you already have enough money invested that you no longer have to invest another dollar to reach your fire numbers. Essentially, you're going to rely on the compound interest that your investments are going to gain between now and the time that you want to retire early. We wouldn't technically have to invest another dollar if we didn't want to. The idea behind this is that you still work, you still pay your bills. It's just that your investments are going to start snowballing on their own rather than you having to push them. So to calculate your co-fire number, you need a few things. First, you're going to need your full fire number. For us, that is 2.5 million based on our current calculations. Next, you're going to need your expected return rate. We typically use a 10% return rate and then we adjust it by 3% for inflation. So that gives us a 7% return rate. Then you're going to want to know how many years you have until you want to retire. I'm 32, my husband is 34, and ideally we don't work past 50. So we met in the middle and calculated our numbers at the age of 33. That gives us 17 years until we plan to retire. You're also going to want to know how much you currently have invested and what your typical investment rates are. And by investment rates, I literally just mean how much do you typically invest every year. Once you have all those things, you can start to do the math and ask yourself, if I have X amount of dollars invested and it grows at 7% for 17 years, will it reach the 2.5 million on its own? The answer is yes, then you've reached co-fire. When it's all said and done, our coast number ends up being about 1.27 million. If our portfolio hits 1.27 million and we never invest another dollar, compound interest is going to get it to that 2.5 million by the time that we need it. Currently, we're on track to hit our $1.27 million this year. There's one thing that I want you to take away from this video. It's that you don't need some fancy strategy. There is so much personal finance content on the internet, and I think everybody talks about buying and selling and doing this and doing that. But really, if you just do things quietly and consistently, it will pay off. We paid off our first home, we paid off cars, we paid off our land, all while making consistent investments to our retirement. We try to max out things when we can, but that's not always realistic. We just built this slowly and quietly for a really long time. And this is what slowly looks like eventually. We hadn't even calculated our true fire numbers until this year, but financial independence has always been on our minds. I did build a dashboard to help you calculate your fire numbers, so if you're interested in that, check out the caption below.